Hello everyone. Every year here at IIT Kharagpur, and I'm sure in many of the other IITs also, we have this very important piece of evaluation for the final year students called the Comprehensive Viva. Now there is a grand event, uh, and it's something which often induces a lot of fear among the students. Now I've been part of this Comprehensive Viva both as a student and as a faculty member for the past few years. So I thought that I'll share a few tips with you guys. Um, Before I go into the tips, let me just clarify and give a bit of disclaimer that in no way my comments should be taken as the official comments of the mechanical engineering department of which I'm a faculty member, nor of the institute. Okay, these are my personal views alone, something which I have garnered as a student and as a faculty member. All right. So I've written down these points because I have a tendency to rant without proper notes. Some very common mistakes students make. The first and foremost is that is a mistake they make even before coming to the Viva, and that is they don't prepare well enough. Now, this goes without saying that this is a very important piece of evaluation and they should be preparing well. But what I mean to say is that uh, let's put this in perspective. You see, this Viva takes place in the final year. So basically, the students are officially supposed uh, to be knowing something like 30 to 40 subjects. Well, humanly, it is not possible to remember everything. Okay, I am a faculty member. I don't remember many of the things which I teach myself every semester. Okay, and how am I going to expect students to remember everything from those 30, 40 subjects? It's not possible. So, the most strategic thing that a student can do is to prepare well to their strengths. Now, this is something which almost every student fails to do. They do not prepare to their strengths. What I mean by that is that every student has a certain bent of mind, and depending on that, they are good in certain subjects. They should properly and very strongly revise those subjects. Okay, suppose someone is very good in solid mechanics or in fluid mechanics, or maybe in some subjects of manufacturing, maybe casting, forming, welding, or something else, internal combustion engines, whatever. They should prepare that really, really, really well. Okay, now uh, here in IIT Kharagpur, in the mechanical engineering department, we have three sections. One is manufacturing, one is thermal science and engineering, and the other is mechanical systems design. Now, the panels that are made for these comprehensive vivas, consisting of maybe 4, 5, 6 professors, uh, assigned to each of these panels, there will be like 8 to 10 students, maybe a little bit more sometimes. Uh, so these 5 or 6 professors, or maybe 4 or 5 professors, they will be evaluating these 9 or 10 students. Now, the way that these panels are constituted is that there will be a good balance between the various among the various sections. So there will be maybe 2 professors from manufacturing, 2 professors from thermal science and engineering, and 2 professors from mechanical systems design, so that there's a good mixture of questions that is asked to the students. Accordingly, it is expected, although it is not officially written down anywhere, that the students would have prepared. Well, officially the expectation is that they would have prepared everything, but as I said, humanly that is not possible. So uh, it is at least expected that they would know something from a few subjects from each of these sections. Okay, so for example, when they come, for example, there's just a case that they may have studied something from casting, forming, welding, and uh, maybe modern methods in manufacturing, and then from the thermal side, maybe fluid mechanics and thermodynamics, and maybe from the mechanical system design, maybe dynamics and mechanics of solids, or some other combination. Now, what happens is that students are so much overawed by this huge list of subjects that they sometimes do not uh, revise at all from a certain section. Okay, maybe they completely uh, overlook the mechanical system design part, or maybe they completely overlook the manufacturing side. Now that's a very, very bad mistake to make. Okay, and kind of pisses off some of the professors who are there in the panel. On the flip side, okay, so this is one mistake. There's a mistake on the flip side to it also. Sometimes what students do rather mischievously is that sometimes they get to know uh, which of the professors will be there in that panel, and they try to kind of second guess the nature of the questions which will be asked. Now this is rather mischievous, okay. uh, I came across this instance of a very mischievous student who uh, uh, who said that he had really studied well from a particular topic, and that topic or that subject was not taught by any of the panel members sitting in that panel, including me. So it was kind of awkward. But then, well, professors can also be a little bit mischievous. So what we did was that we asked him, not exactly on that topic, because none of us were teaching that particular thing. So we asked something very basic, which is at the fundamentals of that topic the student claimed to be knowing. And it just turned out that he didn't know even that. So he ended up getting very bad marks. Uh, so mischief can work both ways. Uh, Now, on a more serious note, uh, uh, students should not try to second guess what kind of questions will be asked in a particular panel. Rather, as I said, they should prepare to their strengths, maybe study properly 2 or 3 subjects from each of these sections, from manufacturing, thermal science, mechanical systems design, and that way they will be able to answer a wide variety of questions that are asked in the panel. So this is one aspect. Uh, so another mistake which students make is that uh, they kind of get so nervous that they very easily give it up. So usually we do not ask questions which are formula based, or which asks you to remember a certain equation. Although we can ask some questions like that, but generally we avoid asking questions like that. Rather, what we ask is based on the fundamental concepts. We will ask a question which will test the student to apply that concept, the general notions of that concept, to a particular application. So maybe we ask something like, uh, uh, if you want to construct a beam that has to be of a rectangular cross section, then how should you place the beam? So the longer side should be vertical, or the longer side should be horizontal. So things like that, and that can be easily answered by uh, having a very preliminary understanding of how the second moment of area, or the moment of inertia, is calculated. Okay. I think this is. I mean, there are certain kinds of students who, uh, because of the lack of revision sometimes, or because they are a little bit too nervous, they don't try to apply their brain in front of the panel to try to answer these questions. And I'm quite confident that if they were asked the same question, maybe over a cup of tea when they were very much relaxed, they would be immediately be able to figure out the answer. So although it's easier said than done, my advice is that try to relax a little bit. Okay, we are not trying to kind of extract what you don't know. Rather, we are trying to extract the best of what you know. Again, on the flip side of it, there are certain students who uh, will try to bullshit their way out of the question. So when they don't know, they will just try to bullshit their way. Okay, now this is the worst mistake that a student can make. Okay, and I have kind of uh, themed this video like common mistakes that IITians make during comprehensive vivas, but this applies equally well to any viva for any student, whether in IITs or any other institute. Okay, students should never try to bullshit their way out of a question. If you don't know the answer to a question, to a technical question, say that you don't know. Okay, it's much better that way. Okay, say you have not studied it, or maybe you have completely forgotten it. You have no, you do not recall that this concept at all. Come clean with it. Okay, please do not try to bullshit. This is the worst offense. uh, so I think these are the main things that I wanted to talk about. um, uh, I'll just end up with one little anecdote that I have from my own student days. So this was back in 2008. uh, uh, so I was sitting in my comprehensive viva, fourth year, uh, and I was asked a question on some topic of manufacturing. I think it was uh, something regarding the importance of riser, and I mentioned a few points on the importance of riser, and then I kind of lost my way and said something. And then one of the professors in the panel, he kind of uh, very mischievously said that, Jivanjyoti, I think you have done a very good decision by changing your dual degree specialization from manufacturing to mechanical systems design. Well, it just so happens that uh, in a few days from now, maybe, so today is Sunday, on Wednesday, I'm going to sit in a panel for comprehensive viva along with the same professor on this side of the table. Such is life. Thank you.